Alright. We got Serrel down here in the bottom right side of the map, guys, on Maganatha. It's going to be a best of 7. Very important match here because it is the lower bracket, and he is facing off against Hero. Hero currently out of contract, teamless. Very excited to see who's going to pick him up next. Serrel, of course, representing Basilisk for many years now. I don't see that relationship ending anytime soon. They've been such big supporters of both StarCraft, Serrel, Raynor, and Trigger. They're fantastic arsenal. They do hate Terran players, I've heard, though. That's why they don't pick any Terran players up. They said, we don't like Terran stupid humans. To be fair, I can imagine if you're really, like, image conscious as an organization, can you find a Terran that's not going to balance wine constantly? And no, just kidding. I feel like there's quite a few good Terran players out there that, you know, they keep their whining down. I don't even know why I'm talking about Terran whining, guys. It's just being silly. 2 queens, 4 zerglings. Is he building out here later? This is kind of cool. I kind of like these wall-offs because you end up with 2 choke points, which is actually, it's just fun. And it's hard for, like, roaches to flood in later if you're out of position. Zergling, Stargate goes down. Thinking about this matchup, I really don't know, man. Hero is just so inconsistent recently. Hero has highs and lows, and I feel like when Protoss is really favored, in a matchup, like in PvT, I feel like his PvT is the worst it's been recently in a little while, which is so weird. I mean, he hasn't, no, because 2 weeks ago he wrecked Clem 3-0 in a cup, but then yesterday he looked kind of helpless against it. So my point being, I'm very unsure where his PvZ is right now. I'm hoping it's in a good spot. If he gives Serrel a good run for his money, that's going to be great. Keep in mind, guys, this is the loser's bracket, but because Classic had to pull out of the tournament, the loser of this actually gets another shot, a 3rd life, playing against Zaun in the very bottom side of the bracket. At least that's if Wikipedia is to be believed. I'm not sure if that's 100% correct, as everything's been kind of getting updated on the fly, but I'm sure we'll find out after this match. We were meant to see Zaun versus Classic after this match, but looks like it will be either Serrel Zaun or Hero Zaun for that final spot in the top 4 playoffs. Creep Tumor coming forward. We've got an Oracle coming out. First Oracle will secure the 3rd base. Very standard openings. Now, this is interesting. Hero's playing like a normie. He's playing defensive, he's playing careful, he's playing economic. Can Serrel cut a corner to take advantage of that? He's already got 1 spore up in the main, but he skipped the spore on the natural. 2 Adepts are coming in now. Lings are out of position. The Adepts cancel their shade. Where are they? Sorry, guys, I'm kind of blind right now. Oh, there we go. Twilight Council into 3rd and 4th gas behind. Hero still hasn't really committed to anything. He's done all this off 1 gate. 2nd gateway is coming in. Serrel's building a Spore Crawler on each base. Hero hasn't tipped his hand. He's going 3rd Oracle. I would, you know, it would be really nice to do one of those Adept Oracle pressures, but because he's only had 1 gate, he actually can't do the 6 Adept 2 Oracle pressure that's so popular. Roach Horn goes down in the back for Serrel. He's hiding that. He drops 2 more gases as well. He could do a delayed Queen Walk, but I think this is more of just a defensive setup. And I do expect him to tech towards Lurkers. Late game, Serrel, one of the best players in the world in this matchup, incredibly methodical and focused. If you ask him about it, he feels like Zerg has a tough time there and it's incredibly hard, but his results speak for themselves. Oh, someone's lagging. Hope that's not me. I mean, everything looks kind of fine for me, but that looked very freezy, right? Let's check our ping. My ping is 145, 146, super stable. FPS also 170, which is perfectly fine, so I don't think that was me. Normally the ping would spike up, or the screen would freeze a bit more. My mouse was moving perfectly fine. Ooh, it's Serrel lagging. Okay, guys, looks like Serrel's camera is lagging. Yeah, because he's on mobile internet. He can't handle the upload. You need very little upload for StarCraft, but if that little bit of upload is getting capped by his camera feed, that's going to be a problem. Sorry, guys, we don't have the camera feed, by the way. Did we have Serral's camera set up before at all, guys? In the previous minutes? Because I don't remember setting their cameras up, and yet for some reason I can see Hero.
Game resumed.
I don't know why I can see Hero's camera. Oh, because he was in the previous game. Right. Okay, I get it. All right, guys, back into it there. Serrel had to turn his camera off. I didn't even have his camera feed turned on because I'm a professional, but it would have immediately been turned off. So look at me just making sure you guys in the audience don't know what you're missing. 3 drones do go down. Oracle does rotate into the main. I think that's acceptable losses for Serrel, who's got a 4th base started at about 510. Quick Evo chamber coming up. And I think we're going to see a melee upgrade. I don't know why. Like, obviously, range is more defensive than standard. I kind of just felt like he was going to do +1 melee into, like, a Ravager Bane. Not a Ravager, like a Ravager Queen Zergling timing. Like a very delayed one. Or a Hydra Bane. But, in fact, nope. It's just Roach Hydra. 7 more drones coming in. Interesting how quick that Hydra Den is. That tells us he actually might just do a big Roach Hydra attack. A very basic timing attack, something you don't see very much these days, but it's pretty good against Stalker Storm. Because there's no Immortals with this start to deal with the Roaches. Yeah, he goes Hydra movement speed first. Oracle's rotating around, trying to slow down creep spread. He does build some drones for his 4th base, trying to sell the story of the macro game. But let's go look at Hero's setup, guys. He's on 4 gateways, 3 more gateways coming in, so 7 gateways. He's got a semi-wall on this left side. This wall's good because if the Roach Hydra tries to run in, they have to break the wall to get in here. And that means they're going to be clumped for Psy Storms in this little area, which is really key for the Protoss player to defend successfully. Now, Forge goes down. It's only the first Forge here. Storm's on the way. He has to make, of course, High Templar behind these 12 Stalkers and 3 Oracles. He goes for Storm and a Fleet Beacon and a 2nd Stargate. Holy Tempest Rush, Batman. I think Hero's just going to get completely destroyed by a Roach Hydra timing. He does break these rocks on the left side. Not sure if that really achieves anything. He's still going for this hatchery. Notice Serral's trying to bring his units around to flank. Okay, it does slow down that flank of units, the fact that he broke these rocks. Roach is derping in a little bit ahead of the army. The rest of the units will come in now, but stasis traps are there to freeze a bunch of them. Hero, of course, will have to back away. But if Hero isn't ready, I mean, Serrel could just go right now. And I don't think he's ready, because what is his High Templar count? He's got 3 High Templar, but 2 of them don't even have Storm yet. He's just warped these bad boys in. Okay, they'll have Storm by the time the push gets here. Are we seeing drop? No drop. He's going to try and... Oh, Serral's faking it. He's like, I'm just chilling out. Look at me. I'm on my side of the map. I'm not trying to attack you at all. He's trying to pretend until Revelation wears off. Max Cannon battery going down. 4th Nexus does try to start up. Tempests are on the way. They'll eventually wear down the Hydras, but they'll take a long time to do it. Hydra Ling down here was never revelated, so of course Hero has no idea it's there, but he's well positioned nonetheless. His Ling setting off the stasis traps brilliantly on the right side. The Stalker's getting jumped on by the Roach Hydra as well. A lot of Stalkers do get caught. Meanwhile, the Hydra's over here spreading against the Storms. The Lings got cleaned up really quickly though. And Serrel, he's maxed out, but his army's not on this side of the map yet. It's getting in here. He can at least deny the 4th base and possibly transition behind this. He's got Tunneling Claws on the way as well as Burrow. Roach Hydra, you can see the way he's spreading out. He's not trying to engage all at once. He just wants to deny the 4th, and if he can take him out, that'd be good, but of course doesn't want to eat giant storms. Those High Templar looking really well set up, but is he already out of storms? This is what I was worried about. He's so low on High Templar. He's just got so few Psy Storms. He's got 1 great Storm lands there. Barely gets the energy, and that might just be enough to hold on. 1 Oracle goes down. Is there enough Hydra firepower to take out the rest of the Oracles? Yes, there is, but Tempests are out. Archon Stalkers and Zealots trying to fight this. Hero down on supply still, but remember, this is a Zerg who's in a bit of a limited position. He's going to take some more gases. He's going to think about a 5th base maybe in the near future, but no drone heading there just yet. And it is 3 base against 4 base, so I think it's good that Serrel traded there, right? Only 1,000 resources in the deficit. It's a bit of an all-in that he did. If the 4th base survived, I think it might be a disaster. With no 4th base up for Protoss, the timer is not ticking as fast as it otherwise would be. Stalkers out, Tempest coming north. Oh, no cancel on the Nexus. Youch. Hero loses 400 minerals. And Serrel, he's just going to keep on attacking here. He's found some very good fights. He's finally building that infestation pit. Timing attacks into late game seems to be the way Serrel's found a lot of success recently. It's tried to do damage but very rarely try to kill. Just try to find some damage where possible. Hydra's getting picked off by Tempest. I mean, having 5 Tempests here is really juicy. Hydras don't have lunge just yet. The Tempest can start a step for days. Looks like some units are getting in. Mass Tunneling Claw Roach run by, or should I say tunnel by. Stalker's blinking back. They're going to clean up some of those roaches, but not all of them. Hydras do take out 2 Tempests. Oh, damn! Hero got distracted. I think he F2A moved, so his Tempest turned to fight, and they died to the Hydras, or at least 2 of them did. Mauling Hydra on the front. He's going to catch at least a bunch of these High Templar in the open. The Roachling Hydra in the wall off. There are roaches in the main. They're still circling around. That's going to keep those Stalkers busy, and the Tempest chase away these units. The Stalkers should have enough numbers to deal with this, but if he gets rid of the cannon, he's kind of thinking, oh, I can burrow again, maybe run away. But with the Observer there, looks like Hero will be able to deal with this. Hive's on the way as well as a lot more Hydralisks. All the roaches getting cleared up in the main except for 1. And here we go. Another attack on the front. Where is the army? Where is the Psystorm? It's nothing but Stalkers and Tempests right now for Hero, but the supply dangerously close for Serrel. It feels like Serrel's found a lot of value, and as these bases mine out, that's a disaster for Hero. But if Serrel throws this army away, I mean, how do you stop the counterattack, dude? You gotta think about that counterattack. There's no Lurkin and there's no Spire. He can only make Vipers with the Hive. It doesn't give him anything but Vipers and Lunge. It's mass Hydraling right now. Mothership on the way. +2 attack is building. Almost finished there for Protoss. Burrowed Zergling denying that northern base. Hero has to take it in the middle. Ultra Cavern. He's going to play Ultraling Hydra Viper. Very cool style. But Immortals are being built, which are the counter to the Ultras. The way this style works, it's a very mobile ground army. You run in, kill bases, your army's super fast, very A-movie, and you just occasionally add an Abduct or a Blinding Cloud to really wreck your opponent. Like, if the Immortals are all in a ball, and you land a Blinding Cloud and surround them, the Immortals become very, very bad. We've already got Sirens happening outside, guys. Hopefully it's... oh, here we go! Big surround! Big surround! Hold on! Mass Hydra's coming in from both sides! That's what the alarms were for! Oh, no! The fire engines here in Manchester were trying to let Hero know you were about to get 360 surrounded. Oh, but Hero could not hear them from all the way in Korea. The Hydra surround, wow. And that's why that base is maybe not the best one to take. He got completely surrounded. Oh, man. Serrel, an elegant surround. Really great play. You can see he's going for the Hydra Frenzy. He's got a +1 melee, Chitinous Plating, his Renal Glands. Hydras are just going to jump on top. He eats a bit of a storm. He moves through the Time Warp. Nothing there to really punish him for that. And you can see that 5th base is up in mining. 6th base going up in the top right. 79 workers to 56. Hero never able to secure a 4th base in this match. And, I mean, it was an insanely greedy style for him, right? I think if it was straight to Hive for Serrel, straight to Lurkers, it was a good play for Hero, the Quick Tempest. But because... you know, Serrel wasn't going for that slow, immobile, high-tech style. It just wasn't good enough. And my gosh, abducting Stalkers is just funny, isn't it? Not something you see every day. Probes are getting minced. The Hydra's standing their ground. Lings rallying in from behind. A lot of Hydras do go down, but at what cost? That's the cost of Hero's game 1 in this best of 7. If Hero was able to get a lot of Storm, pull back into a choke point, not get surrounded, this might have been different. But Serrel with that beautiful surround takes Hero out of game 1. Alright guys, Serrel in the top left. Oh my god, he's straight up cheesing. He's gone 12 pull and he's pulling the boys. That's right, lads. He is about to drone drill. He is gambling on the fact that Hero is not going to scout. Why would you not scout? Because Serrel never cheeses, number 1, and nobody 12 pulls in this matchup anymore. But he knows that Hero, if he blocks your hatchery game 1, game 2 he's gonna skip the scout entirely. And this is a free win because he kills the pylon, which means you don't get a Zealot out, and Hero will GG. He might try to fight with his probes, but he might just GG. He just GGs. Yesterday, Serrel kept on predicting that where Bunny was going to be greedy against him. And this is the problem, guys. Unlike 2018 Serrel, you can't just cut corners against Serrel as reliably as you used to be able to, because he studies his opponent's habits, and he will take advantage of you if you're greedy. Serrel already ahead 2-0. Wow, guys. Oh, he's living rent-free in his opponent's head. It's Serrel in the top right. Goes the extractor trick. Hero in the bottom left. And you know what he should do? No scout 2 games in a row is actually the god tier strat. Because Serrel will never 12 pull 2 games in a row. But unfortunately, Hero plays conservative. Because he's like, oh, I don't want to go down 0-3. And he makes, I think it's against Serrel specific. It's Rainer or someone else, maybe they'll 12 pull again, right? Serrel will never 12 pull you twice in a row. That was like the only 12 pull he's going to do in ZVP for the next year and a half, right? He's used up his single cheese, and now he's going to go back to playing conservative. So I would have loved to see Hero play super greedy again and just confidently read the situation, read his opponent's mind, but it is what it is. What did I miss? If you guys missed it, so sorry, in that last game, basically, Hero went no scout gas first, greedy opening, which it's a pretty safe greedy opening because no one 12 pulls at the moment. Well, guess what? Serrel predicted he was going to do that, went 12 pull, and he didn't even do it as an expand build. He pulled almost all of his drones, and Hero had no idea what was happening. So Serrel goes in, starts focusing the pylon on the gateway, and Hero just instantly taps, knowing he's not going to be able to get any units out of the gateway. And of course, probes will not beat 14 Zerglings, plus a bunch of drones with them. Not going to happen. Nice harassment here for Hero, being a bit of a D-bag. That is your goal in StarCraft, throw your opponent off. Pig is talking about this. I think he's right. A lot of SG players aren't great at the game theory strategy stuff. I think they are good at it. I just think they don't have as much time for it. I think the problem that I mean, some of them aren't. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, there's different levels for everyone. I think because they have to spend so much time playing all these tournaments, if there was fewer matches with more money on them, more time to prepare, you'd see players, I think, have a lot more clever reading of that sort of stuff and a bit more cerebral. But because it is kind of not the biggest money and it's more playing lots of smaller tournaments, you know, StarCraft is very much you play lots and lots of tournaments. You see a lot of players not be very good at that game. I guess you could argue Serrel and Maru and Rogue back in the day as well were like the guys who wouldn't play in the small tournaments. They'd only play the big tournaments, and you would see them make much more clever decisions in terms of that like metagame, reading the opponent, predicting the plays, that sort of stuff. So that's actually kind of cool. Now, guys, Serrel's doing a 15-15 2-base opening into 4 Queen and Ling Speed. What is he doing? Is he going to drop a lair right now? And then go for a quick Hydra Den? Is he going 2.5 base Hydra? I think he's doing 2.5 base Hydra. Oh, this is an old school build, man. Oh my gosh. I remember Serrel was doing this on his stream years ago. Like they did like a small Hydra buff or something changed. I can't remember what it was. And he was like, ooh, this should be good. And he was playing 2-base Hydras and wrecking people on the ladder. And I was like, I don't think this is optimal, but it's kind of good just because people aren't used to it. And a 15-15 opening is really nice economically. He's got 4 queens, which is good for creep spread and defense. Yes, his third's a bit later, so he has to sit on 2-base saturation for a while. Then he gets straight into much more efficient units. And it's really hard for Protoss players to read. I wonder how Hero's going to react. Because he sees the thirds really late. He's going for Phoenix, Oracle. This is really dangerous. It's a big commitment to air units. Like, he should be racing towards some sort of oomphy ground unit. The problem is, he doesn't know. Is it Aspire? Is it something else? Oh, 2 drones get frozen. Not the end of the world. And look, even shift clicks them back to mining. Nicely done. Hydrogen is being built in the back where it's hard to spot a 3rd Oracle's building. I mean, this is a terrible decision for Hero and a Forge. All right, so Hero is just sleeping at the helm, guys. 3 Oracles into a Forge, like, you know 2-base Hydra or 2-base Muta is scary. Triple Oracle doesn't do anything against either of those. This is and Forge is not going to help you either against a guy who's on 2-base. Like, you're going 3-base, all flying harassment units and upgrades. This is basic stuff. Hero right now is just not seeing a 2-base Zerg play in a long time, and he's terribly misplaying. I'm being harsh. I love Hero. I want him to turn this series around and win 3 games in a row right now. Get us to a game 6. Get us to a game 7. I'd love that. I don't know how you defend anything. He's going to build a 2nd Stargate. He's massing Oracle to play against 2-base Hydra. Okay, maybe. I think this is smarter than what I thought he was going to do. It could work. He sees the Hydras now. He gets a few drones, but this is an all-in. I don't think Serrel cares, man. Serrel's going to have a lot of Hydras. The question is right now, like 5 versus 4, that's good for the Oracles. But how many more Hydras are coming out? If the Oracles win this fight, it's game over in Hero's favor. This may be a 300 IQ genius play. He's going 2 Stargate Oracle. The second Stargate's a bit too late, though. He's trying to build cannons. The Forge was not for upgrades, it's for cannons. Okay, the Forge was for cannons. That's smart, but... Oh, he just doesn't quite have time to get them up. Another cannon goes down. He doesn't cancel it. The Oracles are hiding in the back, the Adepts cannons. And he wants to have the Hydras overcommit and then dive on top. And that's what he's going to do. These Hydras are going to get wrecked. One of the Hydras gets picked up. The Oracles go after, kill a whole bunch of these Zerglings, and they can chase the Hydras down as well. If he catches all the Hydras, this is amazing for Hero. I thought he was trying to get upgrades, but he's like, no, it's a Forge for cannons, you idiot pig. Don't you know? Don't you know? You go cannon into 2 Stargate Oracle. Okay, I stand corrected. I am the moron. Hero is a genius. He read the play perfectly. He just had an incredibly unique and creative solution. 2-star Oracle Cannon, Adept Warpins constantly. You're a genius. Well played, mate. All right, guys. Serrel down here in the bottom left side. Hero in the top left. And damn, that was actually a very cool way of defending that for Hero. Got a bit of damage done with his Oracle harassment, found out what was happening, and he just went for a very, streamlined batteries, cannons, Oracles, Adepts. The Adepts are really good because you can start a step back from the Zerglings, gun them down. Oracles can, of course, help you in that, and they do bonus to light. Oracles do bonus to light. Now, if you don't have enough Oracles, it can get really bad. But failed pro block there. Hatchery does get down. Hero is one of the least consistent players when it comes to sending his probe. He doesn't actually memorize the time to send it on each map. So he doesn't always get it there in time. This should be a solid wall off Cybercord there, I think. And this tells us he's going to take the front third base. I do wonder if Serrel could have skipped the Spore Crawlers. He built 4 Queens. Feels a bit awkward to build 2 Spore Crawlers when you're already starving for minerals. On the other hand, I think Hero just kind of got too good of a read on what was happening and had a very good idea of how to dismantle it. Yeah, when I saw the Oracle Phoenix Forge, I was like, oh no. If you commit to +1 there, and 3 Oracles are like really bad. Like, but if you build more Oracles, and you get the critical mass to just kill the Hydras, oh, this is good now. That's the funny thing, because 3 Oracles and a Phoenix is a crazy investment. It really slows down your ground army. So there was definitely a narrow margin for getting enough Oracles out to defend, but the way he bought time with the Cannon Battery Adept was just brilliant. That was Hero in his element. Now we're going to see what happens on Persephone, a rather long map. Bit of a special build order for Serrel, though. Like, he kind of used up 2 funky build orders so far in 3 games. One of them worked with just a hard counter cheese. The other one didn't work. I wonder if Serrel goes back to standard play. Like, we might see Lurkers here. I would imagine either Hydra Bane into late game or straight Lurker Rush, where he tries to drop in the main with Lurkers. Yeah, Hero's a man of the people, absolutely. No, he doesn't bother memorizing timings and things. He goes by feel. You know, I've actually become a better Protoss player since I started copying Hero's playstyle. You might say, oh, what builds? No builds. Like, basically, I literally, because I get really good in, like, PvT, but only doing a certain opening. And if that opening changed, I'd be, like, way worse in that matchup. And I realized, I was like, man, you know, yes, it's fun getting good with a build order, but I would then want to get to the point where I want to adapt, and I wouldn't be able to, and it would suck the fun out of the game for me. And I looked at how Hero played, and I was like, this guy is, like, often the best Protoss in the world, and he literally hasn't memorized any build order. He just clicks things and tries to improve his instincts about what to focus on at what times. And that's what I started doing with my Protoss players. I started saying, you know what, let's just focus on trying to have a good intuition for what to do and have good kind of things that I do, but like let's try and flow a little bit more. Let's one game, no scout, do a gas first greedy build. Next game, scout at the very start of the game and have way less minerals because I'm harassing them from the start. The next game, do a gate scout, do it in between. Then try a nexus first, just mess your whole... So I did enough practicing of messing up my openings that I wouldn't say I'm very clean with it, but I roll with the punches a lot better than I used to. And that's something I learned from Hero, so... I basically just stopped doing, you know, repetitive build orders and started trying to make sure I I was putting myself into chaotic situations more so I could handle them when the game inevitably got to that situation. Third Nexus is there, Forge, Twilight, Robo's on the way, third and fourth gas coming up as well. I think Hero's the sort of player you'd love to get your hands on as a coach. It would be like a beautiful thing. It would be frustrating working with him, but it would be one of those things where, because he's already got that killer instinct and stuff, if you could just train a few certain habits into him without taking away his killer instinct and his flair, you know, you find ways to work within what makes him special. Oh, it would be amazing. And that's the thing, even though the skill level's probably highest it's ever been mechanically and whatnot, when it comes to like multiple people working on build orders and habits and stuff like that for each player and team, that's where you do get the elitists who go like, oh, 2014 or whatever, 2015 height of Pro League was like, you know, the highest level of StarCraft. Guys, this is 7 Adepts. They don't have glaives though. There is an Evo Chamber to wall off, 3 Queens out front. Funnily enough, I think the Adepts actually could have just fought the Queens, but it's worried about getting surrounded by Zerglings while engaging. Serrel goes to transfer the drones, cancels it. Cancels the Evo Chamber. He's going for a pretty well-timed lab. We've got second Robo Bait. It's a Colossus timing for Hero. Excellent build for dealing with Hydra Bane. Has Hero got a Soul Read? Ah, unfortunately, it's an Infestation Pit. Oh, he was hoping it was Hydra Bane. Remember, I was saying, like, my prediction was he either plays Hydra Bane or he plays for a Lurker timing. Now, don't get me wrong, you still might have a window to kill him with Colossus here. And Disruptors are still pretty good against Lurkers. They still two-shot them. So they can help get you to the late game. But Hero's probably not taking a fourth, or if he is, it's not the most important part of his play. I imagine he's done probing for this game. I would expect us to see chronoing 2 Colossus at a time. Oh, bad time to be blocked. No pylon started. Oh, that's really bad. That's very bad. You cannot be delaying your Colossus with this build because you need to build 2 Colossus out of the first Robo and a Colossus and then a Prism out of the second. He did cancel the Colossus and started the Prism here, so at least he's using the build time. That's a really good way of minimizing the damage from that supply block. But the fact remains, the Hive's on the way. If a Viper gets out, it will ruin him. 2 Vipers with like Abduct. That being said, I don't think Serrel knows what he's playing against. Oh, wait. No, he saw the second Robo. He knows exactly what he's playing against. If he builds 2 Vipers the moment that Hive finishes, and then just abducts the Colossus, he's going to smash. Then again, Templar Archive's coming in. It's only 1 Colossus. He cancels Extended Thermal Lance, and he swaps to Immortal Storm, knowing that Vipers are going to come out to counter the Colossus. It even shows the Colossus. Oh, wow. Hero pivoting. I mean, he doesn't have a fourth. This I don't know. I mean, he might just be a bit too far behind because Serrel's already on 80 drones. Now he goes for a Fleet Beacon. So it's double Robo Immortal. I do expect Side Storm. He's got a 700 gas in the bank. The Adept's shading backwards, trying to create some map control. Those 2 Vipers I was talking about are on the way. But notice that he doesn't have enough gas for Lurkers. Serrel's gone double upgrades. He's gone 2 Vipers. He's building Hydras. He doesn't have the gas for the Lurker Den, or at least he didn't feel like he had it. And Lurkers is exactly what he needs against what Hero's pivoting to, which is Storm, Immortal, and a Mothership. 3rd Viper builds. Oh, Serrel's not going to... I mean, he still might land the Abducts, right? But if Hero can land feedbacks on these Vipers, it is going to ruin Serrel. This is very cool. Very cool game, guys. Roach speed finishing. +2's almost done for Hero. He's got a single cannon in the main, just in case there's like a little Ling drop or a few mutas flying in later. How many gateways is he at? 9. It's a good gateway count. Second Forge goes down. Interesting. He's building Tempests and +1 air weapons. But he's only making 1 Tempest at a time. And now he's making Blink? Oh god, Hero's just clicking buttons. I think he's a bit confused. I don't know, it just feels like a few too many directions his tech tree's heading right now. Here comes a big Roach Hydra timing. It's all about the High Templar. Good storms to start, but he needs feedbacks as well. Does lose the High Templar, at least. Not loses them, but has to morph them into an Archon. Oh, here come the Vipers! Hero! I don't think he saw the Vipers. Serrel hit them. And great abducts. Oh, he accidentally abducts a Phoenix, though. Gets a few Immortals, though. That's so many Roaches. Getting that Immortal countdown is massive. The Storm's really softening up the units. Is that going to be enough? One more abduct comes in. The Immortal does get grabbed. I think Serrel has to disengage, though, just because of the firepower in the back of that big Zealot warp in. Serrel takes a trade there at a 1,200 resource deficit. Is that good enough? Now that Hero has a 4th base, I'm not quite sure. He got 3 Immortal kills. He keeps his Vipers alive. He's going to go Ultras. Ooh, okay, so guys, Ultras into double Robo Immortal. It's a little bit like building rock to try and fight your opponent's paper. It's a little bit like trying to use a match to stop a tidal wave. It's not good, but we're talking about Serrel. He isn't just going to A-move those Ultras. He's going to come in with a Surround and drop Blinding Clouds on the Ultras, on the Immortals. And then the Immortals aren't going to be so good at countering the Ultralisk. And that's where things can go really well for him. What do we got? Roach Hydra Viper, watch out. Oh, Stasis Trap's going to be a big one. 7 units, 8 units even get frozen there. Very nice. Does at least start focusing down the cannons. Gets rid of one, damages another one. Bit awkward though, positionally. Oh, Viper's finding a Colossus maybe. Oh, he gets an Immortal. Maybe even more important. Yeah. Gets the Immortal. Colossus is annoying, but it is 6 supply. It's not the best unit in the endgame army. Zealot drop tries to go down the left side. We've got armor and shield upgrades on the way. More Tempest building as well as a second Stargate. Heroes made it to late game. The question now is how does he do in late game? Spore Crawlers are waiting for this Warp Prism. Roach Hydra's over here. Serrel knows there's a prism on this side of the map. Hero's biding his time, though. Hasn't run into it just yet. Overlords are going to start dropping Trowel all over the place, guys. Remember, their job is to defecate where the Protoss wants to expand. Just imagine that reading your orders. Kind of cool. Command wants us to just take a dump. Roach Hydra trying to pull back. It's only a small army. He can't stand and fight this. Serrel's got to save these Vipers, bro. He does have a bunch more Roachling over here. He's got a bunch more Roach Hydra over there that just killed the Prism. Got the Prism with the 4 Zealots inside. He does withdraw from over here. Overlord does fall, but he's got Overlords dropping Trowel there and there. Roach Hydra's going to run in. 3 Ultras are in the way. There are 5 Immortals out, though, so I don't think Ultras are the answer, man. Interesting that Serrel's trying to build Ultras multiple games here. Remember, he's had a lot of success against Hero in the past, but because Hero already had double Robo, this is not the game for it. Oh, he does get 1 High Templar. Gets another. 2, 3 High Templar. But the whole army will go down after that. Tries to run away to the corner, but the Zealot's more than a match for that Roach Hydra now that there's only a few left. Oof. A lot of damage. So many Ultras building. He's going to rebuild 4 Ultras, 30 Zerglings. No Bane Speed in this army. I think Bane Speed would be really nice to try to connect with those, but he's just going to try and use Ultras. And the idea being, if he gets rid of the Stormers, the Hydras can come in from behind, but he's only got 4 Hydras. He does have 4 Infestors, 3 Vipers. Serrel's going to have to give up this base. He needs the Spellcaster combos to make this one work. More Lings coming in. Will he be able to stop these cannons coming up? The answer, I believe, is yes. Zealots are on that left side of the map, but already 7 drones going down. The army will not be stopped. It runs in that right side. He knows there's Ultras out. And I think Hero should pull back and be really careful because his whole army's not together. He's going to try and fight on creep. The Mad Lad. Here comes the Fungal. The Blinding Cloud. I don't know if it managed to go down or not. The Time Warp is massive. The Ultras, though, clearing the ground army. Going on creep there. This is why consistently Hero has died to Ultras against Serrel. It's because every time when the correct winning call is to go home, he steps on creep. If you go back to EWC 2024 World Championship, check out the, I think it was Alcyone, the Tokamak kind of looking map. And he did the exact same thing. You've got to make sure your army is picture perfect and does not get jumped on by those Ultras. But now Serrel, he marauds across the map. He finds enough damage to put himself back in a position that's playable. It's not good, but it's playable. Units lost tab is still 3 and a bit thousand in favor of Hero. And the problem now is you're stuck on mass Ultraling Hydra, which for some reason he's massing Tempests against. Okay, Hero's going 12 Tempests. Guys, is Hero drunk? I mean, I saw someone build 11 Tempests yesterday and I was criticizing it. 12? Please stop. I think 8 Tempests is more than enough. Like, what are you going to be doing with 12? They all shoot the same target in overkill. It's a good unit, but you need more Storms, Archons, and Immortals, mate. It's all about the Storm, Archon, Immortal, isn't it? This is so... Because if Serrel can free up enough supply, split his army, do some run-bys, and then get enough Corruptors out, the Corruptors will wreck the Tempests. If the Ultras get rid of the Storm and the Archon, like, this is an army made to get ruined by Ultra Corruptor. As the every Archon he builds, every extra High Templar with Storm he gets in there, every extra 2 Immortals, his army gets way stronger. But Hero needs to be so cautious right now. Like, Hero can absolutely beat Serrel in this game, tie up this series. But he's got to be very cautious. How many Tempests does it take to one-shot an Ultra? Oh, you guys think that's what he's going after? He does have +2, so I think they do 48 damage a shot. The Ultras are going to have +3 Carapace. They have 7 armor, so 41. If someone can do 500 divided by 41. Jamie, look that one up. Calculated that, please. I think 12 is pretty... I think he needs 13 if he wants to one-shot an Ultra, right? He needs 13. He's one short. No! Alright, I think Serrel might have to give this base up. He's kind of looking for a fight, though. He goes in through the boosty zones. Blinding Clouds and Fungals starting to land. Big Fungals on the army. Can he land another Blinding Cloud in the back? Oh, he lands another Blinding Cloud in the back. The Corruptors are massacring. Dude, he goes in the speedy zones. Hero goes in the speedy zones, which are so good for the melee units of Zerg. The longer range army does not benefit from the speed zones. The short ranged army does. And look at this. For some reason, the Tempests are still out here. I guess because he wants to try and fight with the Stalker High Templar. Gets rid of a bunch of Corruptors, but that was a crazy good fight for Serrel. He's ahead 2,000 now. You have to defend and be very cautious against Ultra Corruptor. Hero just does not have it in him to play a defensive style against this. I think that's his big weakness. Ultras actually might just counter Hero because he's physically incapable of going home and defending. He's the Clem of Protoss, you know? That's why him and Clem is such a fun matchup to watch. Now, these Ultras should actually heal on this healing shrine, but every player always seems to forget that's there. It was a really good bait there. I mean, I get Zerg normally doesn't want to fight in a corridor. The problem is the rocks were already down in this boosty zone, man. The boosty zone was a real issue. Ultra drop, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, we have an Ultra drop. 4 Ultras and a pack of Lings in the main. Oh, he should have picked up and run away. It's a quick recall. Yeah, it's going to do nothing. Great defense. Beautiful play there by Hero. Yeah. Oh, wait. Unfortunately, the Tempest is exposed. Corruptors are going to die of it. But Archon's going to take out like 3, man. Maybe 4. Ultras do go down. Top right side. Serrel runs in at the same time. Clears the cannon battery. Ultra Hydra mauling that top right side base. And that's where the mothership's building. Oh, that's big if he can kill that base. Right now, though, just a few Immortals and Archons waddling over. Not enough to deal with this number of Ultras. Tempest trying to fight this as well. 24 probes go down. He wants to stop the mothership from popping. Serrel, he does get the base and gets out with the Ultras. Notice how his Ultras turned to run while his Hydras kept attacking it, realizing he didn't want to get them surrounded. Beautiful play by Serrel, who is now still ahead in the units lost tab and up multiple bases. Even thinks about running drones from this gold because he's not ready to fight. Hero does not know that. Hero has to back away. Damn, dude. Yeah, like if you get surrounded on creep, Ultras are really good. This is the thing. Ultras are really good if they can surround you, if they can jump on top of you on creep or in speedy zones, if they can land Blinding Clouds and Fungals, which is what he's been doing really well this whole time. Hero needs to try and not be fighting in these speedy zones, but he just doesn't want to let Serrel mine from this base, so he keeps moving down here. I'm telling you, if you're fighting on creep in a speedy zone, Zerg units are all on the NOS, man. They've got the special button in the car that makes it go faster, you know? They are fast and they are furious. Thank you, Mastermind, for the raid. Hope you had a great stream, mate. 2 more observers are building. Mothership's on the way. Hatchery rebuilds on the gold. Serrel doesn't have a huge bank, but of course, Hero's struggling to max. Problem for Serrel is he's still on Ultra Corruptor. Oh, he hasn't transitioned. Wait, does he not have Lurk Attack? Guys, he never made Lurker upgrades. Or he's got a Greater Spy. He needs to go Broodlords. Because right now, this is just to kill a ground army with only a single Tempest. If he doesn't make Broods... Neural. He's gonna look for the Neural. Mass Neural engage. Blinding Cloud goes down. And he says, why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself? Steals a bunch of Archons and Immortals. Good pullback down the ramp there. making the best of a bad situation is Hero. But, okay. I was like, damn, man. How's he going to fight this ground army? You can see the tail end of that fight pretty bad. Ultras are not good against Mass Immortal Archon unless you land really good spells. And that's what Serral's been doing so reliably in this game. I just think if Hero pulled back with that first army once he realized Ultras were out, he would have been in such a good position, but steals all the units once again, bigger brothering him. Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself? Once again, why are you hitting yourself? The Lings are going to clean it all up. They've got Adrenal. They've got 2-3, soon to be 3-3. Rebuilds this gold base. This base is still mining, as is this one, as is this one. Only base Serrel hasn't taken on his side is the bottom left. And right now it's a Mothership, 2 Immortals, 4 High Templar. Hero's going to try and Storm drop him for shizzles and giggles. First Storm kind of missed. Second one does land, but he's going to lose the Prism and the High Templar. He has to tap out. Serrel going heavy Ultra Spellcaster. It's always a deadly combo because Ultras really weak to Immortals, but if you can land those spells on the Immortals, suddenly the Ultras can do okay. And most importantly, the Ultras close the distance with the High Templar, kill them very quickly, which means it's easier to get your spellcasters in. It means it's easier to move in without eating massive storms. Great play for Serrel. All right, guys, Hero in the bottom right side of Incorporeal. And he's going to come right across at the very start. He was there for ages, making sure there was no way for Serrel to get the expansion up. Serrel's going to have to take a 17 hatchery on his third base. And a nice way to at least disrupt the Finnish Phenom. We do have a gate gas happening now. Your goal really changes with the situation. You just have to not let the Ultras get a good fight, and they will eventually fight you in a choke point and get absolutely destroyed. Thank you very much for the support, ladies and gentlemen. Really appreciate you all there in the chat. Thank you, Pepsi, for the Prime sub. Everyone else has been supporting Surcharge a lot. Thank you, guys. Really appreciate you all. Why do pros jiggle stationary units instead of leaving them completely still? I think like a patrol path. It just means they don't have to speed up. So normally if units start from a stationary start, they have to kind of accelerate up to full speed. If they're already patrolling back and forth, if you give them an order, they'll automatically already be at full speed. It's not super important at all. It's just a habit people have. Get them moving ever so slightly faster. Neural doesn't seem game breaking. Why is it that Neural works while borrowed? It seems broken. I would agree that Neural's broken when I play against it. When I'm trying to use it as a Zerg, I think it's one of the least consistent, crappiest spells ever. Which might just indicate my own skill level more than anything. It's like I know it's good. I've never. It's one of the few things I've never really. And I love Infestors. Like, you guys know I love using my fungal. One of my favorite spells, but I've never really put a lot of practice into Neural, so I'm not very good at it. Ling's going to get chased off by the Adept. Good pullback for Serrel. He's going to have to go for that third base. Notice he goes third queen beforehand, though. So it is a 33 supply third hatchery. Builds himself a few more Zerglings as well. And, hey, Adept finds itself a Zergling. 25 minerals of value. Let's go. Good pull away with the drone. If you pull them away quick enough, they don't have to build a building to save themselves. Gets a little bit of damage on that Adept without really losing anything. Cancels the Spore. Goes back to mining. Nicely done. Pylon goes up there. That's an interesting pylon position. Doesn't really give you a lot of production space. I feel like this is going to be an ugly main base for Hero. Just because normally you'd want to be able to build buildings down here. You've only got so many pylons early in the game to create those power fields. For those just tuning in, yeah, we don't have Serral's cam because he's out in his cabin in the Finnish woods, apparently. Apparently he's on mobile internet. I don't think he's in his cabin, but I think maybe his home internet's been having issues, so he's on mobile internet. So, had to disconnect his camera because he was lagging. Oracle doesn't find anything at first, just going to chill over here. He's trying to hide it out of vision. The Lings will see it. Third Nexus, into second gateway, into Twilight Council and Forge. Oracle still can't find anything. It's going to take a little bit of damage. 12 hit points shaved off that bad boy. He actually is in his cabin. We saw his camera. So do we have like a backstory? So it's because people are saying it's a different place. Like, is it actually? I mean, he's got a computer there that he's playing. Like he's got his whole set. Did he go to stay in a cabin and he brought his whole computer? Or does he like live in the woods now? I know, we got to hear this backstory about why Serrel's been playing in this different environment. Some people were saying they think he's using a green screen. Whoa, what is this? Charge +1? It's going to build a lot of gateways. Very easy to scout this because of that pylon positioning that I talked about. 6-gate charge for now. He's only built 1 fake gas at the front. That actually can't get scouted from over there on this map anyway. A lot of maps, they can run up to your wall off and see your front gas. So you take that to fake them out. But in this case, you didn't actually need to do that. He's making it look like a pretty defensive build with like a few Adepts and Stalkers hanging out. But he's actually just going to go for a big Zealot timing. He's even pulled a worker off both gases. He's going to 8 gateways right now. 2 more pylons. It's going to be no prism. If he had a forward gateway, that would be great. Oracle does deny Serral's drone taking the 4th. He already stasis trapped the other one. Oh, does he get it? Oh, he misses this one. He should attack it. He should turn on his laser. He's going to go in on the natural. And he's going to go for the stasis trap. He's trying to keep Serrel busy and distracted. Serrel's building 5 roaches, but he's gone back to droning. Serrel is building a lot of drones right now. Can he get away with going to 67 drones off of just 5 roaches? Serrel's got plenty of supply free right now. He's building 3 more overlords. He doesn't know what's going on in this game, Serrel. So he's starting a Hydra, and Serrel wants to play a Roach Hydra attack again. Similar to what he did back on, I think it was Maganathra at the start of the series. Great distractions, though. And he's building Zerglings. That's bad for Serrel. Serrel's building Lings. He wants to play Ling Hydra. He doesn't know that it's going to be mass +1 Zealots. Lings are almost worthless against this. These Lings are also getting left out. Oh, I think Hero might have this. Hero's catching him unawares. It's not even an all-in. It's obviously a big attack. He's been building a lot of Zealots. 17 Zealots are there. I'd love to see him warp in a few more and rally them across the map as well. He's going to go for it. Does Serrel even have an idea? He's building Hydras. He should be building Roaches. He has no idea. Okay, now he sees some units coming. Does he realize he's building Hydras? It's the wrong unit. He needs Roaches, mate. He's building a drone. Uh-oh. Can Serrel defend this? He's being so incredibly greedy. He has no idea what's happening right now. Mass Zealot coming in. 21 Zealots. And their dream is a dead finish, man. Oh, my lord. Here we go. Only a small ball of Roach Hydra there. Zealots up in that 3rd. Mincing drones. He's got Zealots on the left doing okay against those Queens. But the Lings do come into support. They managed to deal with the Zealots on the far left that were dealing with the Queens. Hydra's fighting the Oracles. The Oracles do go down. Mass Roach Hydra starting to rally up. There's so many Zealots on top. These Zealots with +1 doing a lot of damage. The Queens go down in that bottom left. If those Zealots get on that mineral line, in the bottom left side, they will do massive damage, and they're about to get onto it. Zealots are up here in the natural as well. And I think Serrel just way too greedy, man. 74 drones. Hero hit this. This is such a late off timing that Hero's hitting, but he disguises it well. Serrel's tricked, and Hero gets another point on the board. All right, guys, going on to Ultra Love. Serrel in the top right side of the map does a standard extract trick opening, and he's going to be playing against an early probe. It looks like, I think Hero went 13 pylon, maybe? Looks like maybe a 13 pylon opening. Is this early enough? He can just build a 15 hatch. Does Hero not study his... I swear, like I'm always surprised. I just don't think he studies the timings. You're never going to be able to block Serrel's hatchery with that probe timing. That's crazy that he would even try. Hero. He's like, nah, man, I just wanted to harass. I just wanted to harass the probes. I just feel like if you're going to do that, you should go 13 pylon. I think 13 pylon's early enough on this map. I think he just went 14 pylon scout, and this is too big of a map to get there in time. It was good to see the Zealot charge. It's good to mix it in. Catch Serrel off guard. Can't afford to be so greedy. It's rare that we see Serrel worried about things, but like, couldn't he have Overseer scouted in that game? I think his lair was ready. Maybe he could have got 20, 30 seconds of warning. I swear, dude, the dryer in this place just keeps randomly turning on for 2 seconds and turning off. I'm so confused. I think maybe it's trying to remind me that it's finished drying clothes. I'm like, stay in there. I'll grab them later, bro. I will grab them later. All right, Probe's going for some harassment. We've got 2 queens, 2 zerglings coming out. Nexus on the natty. I'm trying to think. Like chat pointed out, Hero has only won a game with Mass Zealot and a game with Mass Oracle. So he needs to keep massing units. What do you guys think if he goes 2-star Phoenix? 3rd base into 2-star, maybe 3-star Phoenix, actually. Fly through and just kill all the overlords. Amazing. Amazing. Spores are better against that these days because they do more damage. But I still think it's a good build. As like a surprise. Stalker's already out. Stalker first. Don't see that every day, guys. And the Probe's tracking the Overlord to make sure he can't hide it. Can he get to the pillar? I don't think so. Stalker knows where he is. Serrel's going to lose his first Overlord. And this is actually a Twilight Council opening, which, I mean, you do kind of expect it to be a Twilight Council opening because you're like, well, why are you building a Stalker this early and trying to hide information, right? And it's 2 Stalkers even. 2 Stalkers into Twilight Robo. Glaives? He's got 100 gas. Does he go Glaives? Yeah. 16 Zerglings being built right now by Serrel. Serrel being baited into maybe overcommitting here. Ooh, it's a Dark Shrine. Hello. Okay, so we're going to be seeing an old school Dark Templar into Archon drop. I think he's going to go across the map with the Stalkers and try to pick off an Overlord or 2. One of the big problems with warping in DTs is they see it with the Overlord and then they have plenty of time to react, but if they don't see it till those Dark Templar run in, sometimes you can catch a player without detection. If I don't react to my opponent's probe harass, how many minerals do I lose? Just attack it with a single worker. And then go back to mining when he stops. It's best technique. Oh, watch out! Whoa! No. Oh no. 2 Stalkers. That's a good catch for Serrel. Baited him to building a lot of Zerglings. And Hero does get in trouble for that. Good wall off though. Does lose a probe over here. That Adept's potentially going to escape. Yeah, Adept will escape. Dark Shrine's ready. It is 4:35 when these 3 Dark Templar warp in. It is only a 3-gate Dark Templar build, so we can't go straight for the Archons after. There's only 1 Spore, guys, and it's in the natural, which means these Dark Templar are going to be a surprise. They're going to do some pretty big damage, but, he's got to go for the hatchery. He's going to send 1 Dark Templar after the drones. There we go. Snipes the 2 drones, goes for the hatchery. Spore Crawler's going to move over here. Oh, here we go. Watch out. Can he get it? The Lings go for the surround, but Prism picks up and he rotates into the main and he says, hey, do you actually have everything you need to deal with this? Spore Crawler's almost finished here. Not quite, but almost. The Prism's taking a lot of damage though. He's going to lose the Prism. Oh no, get out. Okay, Hero does get out. And he's not supply blocked, which is good. He is floating a ton of money though. Nexus goes down with a pylon. He's got 4 gateways. He's going to warp in 2 more Dark Templar, which he's going to use to defend his 3rd base. And then he's going to try and warp in maybe 1 more over here and make 2 Archons would be good. That's a dead Nexus. Great move for Serrel. Serrel, of course, getting out on the workers. He's going up to 50 workers. The DTs do take care of a few of these Zerglings, but Hero's going to need to keep transferring probes out, and that is unfortunate. Serrel backs away. Dark Templar drop hasn't turned into an Archon drop just yet. He really needs to. A couple of Archons would be such a problem for Serrel, but Hero's kind of running around with his Dark Templar in his hands. Looking around like Lost John Travolta. Wait. He's going Blink DT? He's warping in more DTs? What? Okay, he's going to blink in and snipe the lair. He's going for a lair snipe. He's going to run in here, attack this base, kill it, and then blink to the high ground to try and snipe the lair. If he gets a double base snipe with this could be absolutely genius. Adept is there. Probes, unfortunately, do rally out, which means they will be struggling. No units really to defend that 3rd. He's going to warp in a single Zealot there, which with the help of the shield battery might be able to chase him off. Dark Templar blink in. They focus down the Spore Crawler. Queen goes down almost instantly. The lack of detection is a big problem right now. How long till Dark Templar blinks ready? It's about 6 seconds. Hatchery will go down. He's going to warp in 3 Adepts there. He's trying to run away from the Overseer, realizing he's got to get away from that Overseer. Dark Templar doing great damage. Right now, Hero going for full main build, guys. Full meme build. Let's go. He goes for 3 drones. He gets a whole bunch of drones there. Really nice. 4 drones. Doesn't quite get the 5th one. These Dark Templar need to get out, though. He's going to blink away. He can always turn those into Archons, but I'd like to see him shift them around, rotate around the left, blink across the rocks, come back in when Serrel tries to counterattack. Maybe snipe this 4th base. 3rd base did already go down, but if he could run in, kill this base, and then get out, that would be amazing. Prism on the right side, still dancing. Immortal, Blink, +1, all on the way. Hero is still behind in probes, though. Remember, he took a lot of losses. And Nexus got cancelled. He lost 3 probes, a few Stalkers, a few Adepts, and most important, this 3rd got massively delayed. Dark Templar still hanging out in this game. He's going to send 1 Dark Templar forward to scout while the Prism checks out what is happening. Remember, Dark Templar Blink takes a lot longer to cool down compared to Stalker Blink. If they could blink every 7 seconds, it would be wild. Going to run in with the Dark Templar, gets himself a drone. Great reaction speed for Serrel, though. Still feel like the DTs could have run in this side, blinked on these guys, and killed them. He's going to morph Archons now. Immortal Archon and a Robo-Bay is going to go Disruptor. Disruptor is nowhere near as good as it used to be, as it doesn't one-shot roaches anymore. Still a big ball of splash damage, though. And he actually builds Colossus. Oh, wow. Hero doesn't want to use spells. He just wants an A-move army. That's cool. +1 finished. I'd love to see him start +2. If he could do like a +2 Archon Colossus timing, a couple of Immortals in the mix, that'd be pretty juicy. Archon Prism dancing. There is double Evo for Serrel. I think that second Evo chamber honestly was a mistake under the pressure of what was happening. I think he panicked, forgot he built the first Evo, and then he said, well, I've got 2 Evos, I might as well build it. Then again, maybe it's on purpose, because we did see him play double Evo when he played the Roach Hydra stuff earlier today. This game, no Infestation Pit, no Hydra, and he's just going to Roach Max. That's really good for dealing with what Hero's doing. Hero's going for a push right now. Serrel has so many Roaches, but notice how Serrel's hiding his army. Hero doesn't realize. There's like 1 billion Roaches out there. Don't go in there. Don't go in there, Protoss. I hope... Come on, Hero. Pull back. We need game 7. Come on, Hero. Pull back. Swap into defensive mode, defend that 4th. It's a Roach all in. Just mass Roach, nothing else. Oh, he sees him. He sees him. Oh, block him. Block him. What are we doing? Oh, his Archons got caught. Okay, he saves one of them. Didn't lose the other one. So both of them are saved. He's pulling back now. The other Roaches did get diverted. I think this is a hold for Hero. His army's pretty big. Biles, though, doing good. Stalkers blink on top of the Roach Ravager. Hero with the Chad defense. Absolute mad lad. Dark Templar chasing the army as if there isn't an Overseer overhead as well. A bunch of those units do go down. This is not that many Roaches. I think as long as Hero doesn't F2 his whole army over here, just sends a few units, he'll be fine. But here comes the Roach Ravager. He's left a good section of Stalkers on that side. Hero blinks back everything at once. Oh, super suboptimal. That means he's a sitting duck for the next wave of those blinks. Remember, there's no storms or anything in here, so Serrel can clump up pretty much as he wants. The Colossus Immortal comes in from that right side, starts to get some damage. A few probes do fall. Ooh, Roaches on this side are burrowed. With Tunneling Claws only now starting and a cannon about to finish, he had to quickly unburrow and get out of there. Serrel is stuck on a one-track mind, guys. There's only one thing Serrel thinks about, and it's disgusting. It's Lair Tech Master Zerg trying to win the game. Finally, he realizes, dude, I can't kill him. I need that Infestation Pit. I gotta go Hive, but it's gonna be incredibly late. He's gonna be dealing with multiple maxed out Protoss armies before he gets to Hive Tech, and that's a problem. Stalker Archon Colossus chasing after him. The Archons are starting to fall here, though. Is this a mistake for Hero? It seems like a terrible choice to go out there and fight, especially leaving his left side undefended. And he's just thrown away a whole chunk of his army, once again headbutting into Roach Ravager when he just needed to survive. He was being Roach all in. He just needed to stay back, but he thought Serrel was transitioning. He thought he could move out there and bully him away. He just needed to max out. Oh, Hero, he's just got to holster his bad boy. He's just got to keep his pants zipped up for a few minutes here, but we know Hero, he doesn't have much map vision, so I think it's the lack of map vision is making him a bit in the dark. No Storm to hold this choke point. It's just Stalkers. Oh, those Stalkers, because they don't have Blink ready, because he keeps mass blinking them. Colossus does get saved, but the Immortal goes down on the other side. Where's the rest of his army? It's all up on the left side. Really good multi-prong for Serrel, attacking from multiple sides. It's a hard attack to stop. I think Hero made it past the scariest moment. I think Serrel was going, oh gosh, this is not a good spot for me. If he maxes out, I'm basically just dead. He pretty much A-move over the top of me. But then Serrel, he sees Hero move out at the worst possible time. Does it matter though? Because as I forgot, oh, sorry guys. It doesn't matter. Protoss units finally come in from the left side. The guys that were just chilling on that third base the entire time while the right side was getting squished, they decided to rock up to the party. And Serrel's like, wait, you were sitting on 2 Immortals and 3 Colossus in the back? Why weren't they in the fight before? Hero's like, shrugs shoulders. Turns out he had a whole pack of units just sitting on the third base that finally arrived. He kept expecting Serrel to attack that left base like he did all the previous times, so he was sitting back with it. Hero now has an army that should be able to overwhelm Serrel. What a crazy turn of events. It looked like he'd thrown the game away by pushing out, but I think it's just enough. The Hive never ended up happening. I think it got cancelled. He's trying to just defend with Mass Roach Ravager, but 3 Colossus with 3 Immortals, guys. This is what Roaches have nightmares about. This is the fumigator of PvZ. It is absolutely so hard for Roach Ravager to deal with this. Gets rid of the base, cleans up a lot of Roach Ravager. He's a little bit too far forward though. All the Immortals are gone. One of the Colossus is gone as well. Good hot pickups. Another Immortal does rally in. Can he hold this position? Another good hot pickup with the Colossus. The Prism though, it's going to go down. Just one more pile. Oh man, the Roach Ravager army's so small though. If he can get these drones on this base, it's game. If Hero can kill that base, it's game. 13 more probes went down. There's 2 Roaches in here. They just killed 14 probes. Oh my lord, what is this game? Serrel versus Hero, living up to the hype, pure chaos, pure madness. And I know Serrel is so frustrated at how messy and weird this game is getting. I still think Hero has a good, scary little army. I think he can finish Serrel off here. The Roaches, the Ravagers coming down. 39 probes to 53. Keep in mind, this base mining, if he got these 9 probes, I think Serrel's dead. But Hero, let those keep mining. He doesn't need to break a defensive position. Like, Hero's on 4 bases, but he's going to keep attacking because that's what Hero does best. He knows he's best at StarCraft when he's attacking. That's what he's going to keep doing. Nice hot pickups on the Immortal and the Colossus. He is using his range advantage nicely, but the fact that he keeps just massing Stalkers, is that the right play? I'm not quite sure. He blinks forward into the Spine Crawler Ravager. Hero says, let's assert dominance, mother trucker. You know why? Because there's a single Roach in his natural killing all of his probes. He feels like he has to make it or break it right now. He's losing everything back at home. He doesn't have any economy to be spoken of. The Colossus gets focused. The drones join in the fight. And you know when those little crabby boys are using their little pincers to rip apart your Stalkers, things have gone terribly wrong. Hero putting up a really good effort today. I feel like he fought very nicely, but these 2 Roaches, combined with him not going and killing this base, actually I think legitimately just got Serrel back in a game which he probably didn't have any business winning towards the end of this. I think if it wasn't for those Roaches, and Hero just kills this base and then goes home, he's making, like, you're up against the guy who's making Roaches and Ravagers. You've got immortal production. You've got +2 attack. I mean, it is 2-2. Let's give credit where it's due. Serrel upgraded these Roaches very well, but I just feel like the Protoss units being made was so much better than the Zerg units. Dark Templar decides to rock up as a bit of a surprise harassment, hoping to get himself back in the game, but he blinks forwards rather than back. Serrel is going to use hold position to try and surround him. Not quite able to. He's waiting for that Overseer morph. Dark Templar keeps escaping. If he could blink away, that'd be great, but the Overseer comes down. Dark Templar goes down. Stalkers with the Prism trying to be a nuisance. Does get 5 drones in total. He's still probing up, and he's just got no units other than Stalkers and Dark Templar. Sniping the Overseer, probably the best move that he could do, and then using Dark Templar to buy himself another minute. But he needs Immortals. He needs them desperately. He just doesn't have them. Stalkers blinking away. Roach Ravager running forwards. No units to defend this base. The Stalkers trying to get behind the mineral line, but the pylons are gone. The probes are going to try and fight. Probes against Roaches is like sending preschoolers into battle. Not a cool idea, man. I get it. Some people are like, oh, but it's total war, man. We have to use every resource we have. Let the 6-year-olds go to school. If it's time to send those into battle, it's time to surrender. Hero knows exactly that. And Serrel does win 4-2, despite Hero making that map and that series incredibly scrappy. GG, well played. Yeah, I think he could have got it, guys. What do you reckon? I think if he, even if he just sent like 1 unit in this base to kill these guys. So I'm just rewinding a bit. Yeah, like at this point, I also think he overcommitted here. Like, stutter stepping forward there is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I think he had this at this stage. Like, I get you don't want to get zoned by corrosive biles forever. I really didn't like this move when he starts like blinking everything forward and just shoving through the biles kind of thing. Like that one. Yeah, stutter stepping forward there is a bit crazy, man. Oof. But even here, he still wins the position. And I'm like, I think you have to pull right. There's 10 drones sitting right there. But that combined with the fact that he didn't defend these roaches. Because if he has 14 more probes and then he kills this, totally different game. Wow. That's unfortunate. GG, well played. Nice game for Serrel. Really good comeback.